What's up, Tailgaters? My name is Tailgate Nate. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to be doing my 2021 NFL mock draft for you guys. In my opinion, this is one of the best weeks of the college football offseason, if not the best week of the college football offseason, where you get to see all your favorite guys from college move on to the next level and play for higher stakes in the NFL. The 2021 NFL draft is filled with a lot of big names, a lot of great talent, and it's going to be a fun time. It starts tomorrow with the first round, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for you guys today is my first round 2021 NFL mock draft. Before we get into that, though, please leave a like. Also consider subscribing if you are new to the channel or you enjoy what I do. It helps me out a ton. Also turn on that bell so you know when I upload. You can always leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. I always love hearing from you guys. And hey, let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to select all. We're going to be drafting every single pick in the first round, hence what a mock draft is. And enter the draft. Now, before we get on to the actual draft, I do have a trade to announce. This is the only trade I'm going to announce. Detroit has said that they are open to trading this number. Oh, by the way, we are using a website called pff.com. And we're using their mock draft simulator. Anyway, Detroit has said that they are open to trading the number 7 pick. And I think a lot of teams are going to jump on that. And I think the team that's going to want to jump on that the most is the Washington football team. And they're going to have to throw in a sweetener. So I just threw in the second round pick. This year could be the first round pick next year, the second round pick next year, whatever. But I think Washington trades up to take a chance. I think they trade up to take a chance. And I think Detroit might be willing to do this trade. It's a long shot, but that is what I have going on. So we're going to make this trade happen and start the draft. Now, there is absolutely no doubt who the first 2 picks are. Trevor Lawrence is going to be a member of the Jacksonville Jaguars, and then Zach Wilson is going to be a member of the New York Jets. There you go. The first 2 picks are done just like that. Now, the San Francisco 49ers are on the clock. They traded up. First, they traded with Philadelphia. Then they said, we want a little bit more. Hey, can we trade with Philadelphia? And they said, yeah, absolutely. So what happened was Miami had the number 3 pick. Then they traded down to 12th. Yeah, some happened. So there was like a round robin of trades. I'm not exactly sure how it went. I just tried to explain it. I apologize for that because I failed horribly. But San Francisco does end up with the number 3 overall pick. Miami drops down to 6, and the Philadelphia Eagles are now picking 12th with the number 3 overall pick. You know why the 49ers traded up. Is Jimmy G going to be their franchise quarterback? No, we all know that. Justin Fields, Trey Lance, or Mac Jones are the 3 quarterbacks that they are thinking of. They said really they're thinking about 5, which I guess would include Lawrence and Wilson, but there's no way they're going to get Lawrence or Wilson. So realistically, they're thinking about 3 here. Justin Fields' draft stock has dropped, probably considered the number 3 quarterback in the draft, but his draft stock has been dropping like crazy. Trey Lance is a great player, but he did sit out of here. Mac Jones looks the most NFL ready, plays the most NFL style. I think San Francisco's eyes are big on Mac Jones, and that is where I think they go. Mac Jones gets drafted number 3 overall, number 4 overall. And number 5 overall are a very easy pick for me. Kyle Pitts is going to go to Atlanta. Ever since Austin Hooper, they just don't have a solid tight end. I think Kyle Pitts is going to be the man to fix that. And then for the Bengals, you got to give more help to Joe Burrow. If the Bengals do anything else, I will have an outrage. They should select Penei Sewell with the number 5 overall pick. Things start to get interesting here, the number 6 pick with the Miami Dolphins. Don't let those needs fool you. They're going to draft a wide receiver with this number 6 pick, and it's going to be one of these bottom 3 guys, Jamar Chase, Devontae Smith, or Jalen Waddle. Well, Devontae Smith had probably one of the best seasons a wide receiver has ever had, probably the best season a wide receiver has ever had in college football. He's not that big. He's kind of small for an NFL wide receiver. And Jalen Waddle has seemed to emerge over Devontae Smith despite what this website has it ranked as. Now, Jamar Chase, although he's sat out a year, he probably is the most NFL-ready wide receiver that is on the board. And for that reason, Miami Dolphins are going to be taking Jamar Chase with the number 6 overall pick. Now, here is the Washington football team. They took a risk and they called Detroit and they said, hey, we heard you've been offering that number 7 pick. Would you be willing to trade it? And Detroit says, yeah, we'll go ahead and take that. You know why Washington traded up. They want a quarterback, and they're either going to want Justin Fields or Trey Lance. Will they get their franchise quarterback? Again, Dwayne Haskins was a bust, and picking at 19, they're just not going to have they're just not going to be able to move at all. They're not going to be able to if they were to stay at 19, they're not going to be able to get that quarterback they want unless they want to take a risk, which do you want to really do that in the first round? Anyway, Washington football team, it's between Justin Fields or Trey Lance. And both of them are absolutely phenomenal players. I really don't know what Washington would prefer if this trade were to happen. What I went based off of, as stupid and as ironic and as this may sound, I went based off the fact of, hey, Dwayne Haskins played for Ohio State and it worked out so well. They're going to take Trey Lance with that number 7 overall pick. I also think that Trey Lance is a little tiny bit more NFL ready. And by that, I mean just plays a tiny bit more like an NFL player. You have the Carolina Panthers up next. While it might say they need a quarterback and wide receiver and tight end, don't let those fool you. Tight end, sure they might need, but you're not going to get another solid tight end for a long time in this draft. Wide receiver, I think they're fine. Hey, look who you got. You got Curtis Samuel. Of course, Christian McCaffrey can play wide receiver, et cetera, et cetera. They have some good guys. And then at the quarterback position, you just got Sam Darnold. They don't need you there. I think they take Micah Parsons, a defensive player, with that number 8 overall pick. Number 9 overall pick is the Denver Broncos. Huh? What's up? Oh, it's New England. Hi, Bill. I didn't expect you to. You can't have the number 9 pick. We're taking Justin Fields. Justin Fields is going to go to the Denver Broncos. After New England tried and persisted. What if we offer this? What if we offer that? They are not going to get that number 9 pick, and they're going to be stuck with Cam Newton for another year. As much as they wanted that shiny Justin Fields, they're not going to get him. He's going to go to the Denver Broncos. Dallas Cowboys need all the help in the world on the defensive end, and that is where Patrick Surtain comes in, the cornerback out of Alabama. We got the New York Giants on the clock next. Again, the same thing with Cincinnati. Protect Daniel Jones. Rashawn Slater, the pick to go to the New York Giants. Philadelphia Eagles, hey, all the quarterbacks are off the board. Shoot, why did we trade down that pick again? They got some pretty good assets out of it, albeit they're going to either want to pick Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle, get some more wide receiver help. As much as I love Devontae Smith and what he's done, Jalen Waddle has proven himself as of late to be a much more ready NFL player, and that's where I think the Eagles go with this pick. They select Jalen Waddle with the number 12 overall pick. San Diego. No, not San Diego. Los Angeles Chargers. That still feels weird to say. I don't like it. But the Los Angeles Chargers are going to be picking at number 13. All right. Sorry about that. I just misclicked. They're going to be picking at number 13. See, the needs are tackle, guard, and cornerback. Now, the cornerback just won a couple picks ago. Man, would have loved Patrick Surtain. There are some good cornerbacks still on the board. J.C. Horn is very good, as is Greg Newsome. Caleb Farley is probably going to be a first-round pick. All those guys they could pick up. But again, the most important thing, like the other two teams that I talked about in the Bengals and Giants, is protecting your new franchise quarterback. Justin Herbert was phenomenal last year, but got sacked one of the most times in the league, if I do remember correctly. Christian Darrisaw is going to be the pick here, the man out of Virginia Tech. He's a beast. He's a legend. Christian Darrisaw to Los Angeles Chargers. Now the Minnesota Vikings. A very, very interesting pick. They're going to have to go off the board just the tiniest bit, because all around, I think they have a very, very solid team. Their offensive line could use some help, but I don't know necessarily that they take a chance on Elijah Vera Tucker quite yet. So they're going to want to look for a defensive lineman, and that's what I've just sorted here. You got Christian Barmore, Kwity Paye, Jason Owe, Jalen Phillips, Azeez Ojulari, and Gregory Rousseau are the 6 guys that I think are viable for the spot here for Minnesota. Now, Christian Barmore, a fantastic player, really emerged as of late. I don't know that he is a top 20 pick. Well, he might be a top 20 pick. I don't know that he's a top 15 pick. I think Minnesota would be taking a risk to go with Christian Barmore, as he is an interior defensive line and they need more edge rushers. And there's been a lot of buzz around Kwity Paye as of late. Kwity Paye is going to be the pick here for Minnesota. They're going to take the defensive end out of Michigan. Now you have the New England Patriots here. They're still kicking themselves and hitting themselves in the head over not getting that number 9 pick and that shiny Justin Fields. But you know what they will get? A very brand shiny new wide receiver in Devontae Smith. That is right, Devontae Smith. The Heisman winner is going to go 15th overall to the New England Patriots, going to join Cam Newton there. So Patriots maybe could find themselves back in the playoffs if Smith could prove to be a great NFL wide receiver. Yeah, the Arizona Cardinals picking up next. Tight end, I think they're fine. Despite what the need says, don't worry about it. You have so many good wide receivers, running backs already. Don't even worry about offensively. I think you're good. When we look at the defensive end, it says they need defensive interior, but they just signed J.J. Watt. I believe that they are going to be fine. The cornerback position is the position I am interested in if I am a Cardinals fan. Look at all these names. J.C. Horn, Greg Newsome, Caleb Farley, I think are the 3 guys in contention to go number 16 overall here to Arizona. Either way, either one of the 3 they're going to pick is they're going to get a fantastic cornerback. And then, yeah, so these 3 guys at the top, maybe if they want to go off the board, if they like Asante Samuel, but just looking at J.C. Horn, it's a press man corner, a absolutely phenomenal grade. Greg Newsome has an absolutely phenomenal grade as well. And I'm sure Caleb Farley actually didn't have a grade, actually had back surgery, which is what makes me think that they are not going to be taking Caleb Farley here. What makes me think that they are going to be taking J.C. Horn. That is right. J.C. Horn is the pick for the Arizona Cardinals. And now you have the Raiders. Las Vegas. Woo! Need to protect the quarterback, but there are no really great offensive tackles on the board. If you want to go with Tevin Jenkins from Oklahoma State, you absolutely can, but I think it'd be a bit of a stretch. I think where they're going to want to go is defensive line. So let's go ahead and get those defensive line positions up. Much like Minnesota, they need an edge rusher here. Now, is it Christian Barmore's time? Does Christian Barmore finally go? I don't think so. And here's why. When you look at the 2 guys directly below them, Jason Owe and Jalen Phillips, 2 absolutely phenomenal players. I think both of them are slightly more NFL ready than Christian Barmore. And I think Jalen Phillips is slightly more NFL ready than Christian Barmore. Jalen Phillips, welcome to Las Vegas, moving across the country from Miami to the big LV. That will be the pick for the Raiders. Now the Dolphins on the clock again. We just saw them draft a game-changing wide receiver in Jamar Chase. Now they're going to want to look for a game-changing defensive player. So when you think about Miami, they have some great pieces on the defensive end. None of them are really spectacular. None of them really widen your eyes and say, wow, look at that guy. It used to be Minkah Fitzpatrick, but now, of course, he is with the Steelers. So in my opinion, you would want to go with another defensive lineman here. And is this the time? Is this Christian Barmore's time? Is this no Jason Owe? Look, I myself am not personally high on Christian Barmore. I think he's a great player. I think he just peaked a little bit too late. And I honestly haven't seen a lot of him to know enough. Oh, baby, but Detroit does like Christian Barmore. Detroit sees Christian Barmore and says, we could use that. But do they take it? Or do they take a chance on a wide receiver? I don't think they take a chance on a wide receiver because of the reason that they have some good pieces. Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay are fantastic. Well, when they play their best, of course. And they just got Jared Goff, don't need a quarterback there. I think they're going to want to look for some defensive players. And on the defensive line, I think they already have some good pieces. Christian Barmore is going to have to wait a little bit longer. I think Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, will be the pick for Detroit here at number 19. Chicago on the clock. They can't get that quarterback they wanted. They tried calling everyone. Everyone said, no, gross, no. Hung up on Chicago. They're going to be left to fend for themselves here at number 20. You got some okay you actually have some better piece of wide receiver than most people think. Allen Robinson is left, of course, but you still have some great guys out there catching passes for whoever the quarterback might be. And if you want to go off the board and select a tackle or guard, please be my guest. But I think cornerback is all the rage for this pick here. I think Greg Newsome, welcome to the Bears. In-state kid. I think they're going to love him. Absolutely love him. There in Chicago. Tickets are going to sell to see Greg Newsome play. And while you might not think so, that is a big factor. Indianapolis. Who goes to Indianapolis? You just got Carson Wentz as your quarterback. Got some decent pieces out there on wide receiver. Of course, T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman. I think they might shy away a little bit from that. And is this Christian Barmore's time? Is this? Yes, finally, Christian Barmore says that he can be drafted in the first round. You have Christian Barmore going to the Indianapolis Colts. Again, like I said, maybe not even the top 20 pick. I have him going 21st overall, 22nd overall. I think Tennessee picks a wide receiver here. Now, if it's between Rashad Bateman or Elijah Moore, I think it's Rashad Bateman. I do think Rashad Bateman gets to go to Tennessee. Tennessee lost a lot of production, most notably A.J. Brown, off of that roster. They're going to be looking for another guy. There you go. The Jets are on the clock. Again, they already got their quarterback in Zach Wilson. Now they can if they just get someone to protect Zach Wilson. Oh, but Trevon Moehrig and Caleb Farley are looking very good right now, aren't they? Yeah, they're looking very good, in my opinion. So who's it going to be? Is it going to be Moehrig, Vera Tucker, or Caleb Farley? Look at their rankings. Here, Moehrig had 74.6. Not bad, not bad. Vera Tucker had an 81.8. Was absolutely phenomenal. Of course, Caleb Farley, as we mentioned, had back surgery. I think either of these three guys are going to fit very well in New York. Only one of them can be drafted, and I think that person is going to be Caleb Farley. Caleb Farley, welcome to the New York Jets. And we got the Pittsburgh Steelers on the clock. This is where Elijah Vera Tucker is going to go. Hey, as long as Big Ben is in town, give them someone that can protect him. You have the Jacksonville Jaguars back on the clock, and they already have picked their franchise quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. Now they're going to need a player on that defensive side, and Trevon Moehrig has been sitting there waiting for someone to pick him, and that's who finally jumps on him. The Cleveland Browns, a team that people are expecting to do so much better this year, I think are fine on the defensive line. You just signed Jadeveon Clowney. You already have Myles Garrett. There are also some very good depth guys on there. Linebackers, maybe that is where your issue arises. But even then, I think the smartest thing possible that they could do here is pick up some depth on that defensive line. And you know who would be great to pick up a depth on the offensive line? Azeez Ojulari, the guy from Georgia. He'll join Nick Chubb as another Bulldog to wear the Browns uniform. Now on the clock again, now on the clock for the first time, there again later, are the Baltimore Ravens. Gotta give, excuse me, guys. You have to give Lamar Jackson some more weapons if you're a wide receiver. But do they take one now? That is the thing. Protecting him and giving him weapons are the two most important things. And what I think they're worried about more is protecting him. Tevin Jenkins is going to be the pick if you're Baltimore. Now, you have the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees, maybe not staying in town, but Taysom Hill, Jameis Winston, you're up. Giving them weapons would be huge, would be absolutely huge. But that cornerback position, man, it's looking like that's what they're going to need. Asante Samuel is looking really nice right now if you are the New Orleans Saints. And I think that's where they go. Asante Samuel will go to the golden black. Green Bay Packers here. For so long, the Green Bay Packers have messed up. I know my camera is shaking. I know, but it's because it should. The Green Bay Packers have messed up first-round draft picks so many times over the years. Do they mess it up this year? I hope not. I always like to see the Packers do well. Don't ask me why. I have no idea. Elijah Moore is the pick that Green Bay is going to want. Buffalo needs help defensively. And what you can get defensively, you can get Greg Rousseau right here, but there are two guys that are in-state players that really come to mind. You may not have heard of either of them, but trust me, both of them are some absolute dogs. You have Andre Cisco, Ifeatu Melifonwu. I'm pretty sure I said that not right at all. These two guys right here, in-state Buffalo. If Buffalo fans or Syracuse fans, hey, tickets to these games are going to sell. Do they go off the board and select cornerback help? I think they do. And I think they take Melifonwu here with that 30th overall pick. Again, like the same thing we saw here at number 20, in-state kid. They're going to love him. Tickets are going to sell. Now, you have Baltimore back on the clock. They already got protection, but oh no, Elijah Moore, the guy you were eyeing, was taken. Well, you got to take someone else, right? Here's Terrace Marshall. Here's Rondale Moore. Terrace Marshall, in my opinion, is more NFL ready. That is who they will select. And then Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It seems like they're a perfect team from top to bottom, right? It doesn't seem like they can really make any mistake. This is where I think they might go off the board a little bit. Now, hear me out on this one. Zaven Collins, 2. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I absolutely love Zaven Collins. I think if they're going to stay in the game, they're losing quite a bit of defensive production. I think getting that depth guy is going to really, really help push forward. So now let's see here. This grades our draft. We have an A+, 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 and A-. There's a B- pick here. But of course, Trey Lance, solid A+ pick. A C+ pick for Micah Parsons. Again, that's to go off the board. This just kind of tells me, hey, whether it was a good pick or not. And for the most part, UC, I did a pretty good job. Zaven Collins, I know it was off the board. I know. Hear me out. I think that's what's going to happen. But anyways, here you guys go. I will scroll through the mock draft while I do my outro. And for those of you that skipped to the end of the video, here you go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, hey, Please leave a like. Also consider subscribing if you are brand new to the channel or you just enjoy my content. Turn on the notification bell so you do not miss an upload. And you can join Tailgate Nation. Also, please leave your thoughts and comments down in the comment section down below. I try to read through every single one. They mean a lot to me. And hey, you can even give your video suggestions down in the comment section down below. Well, until next time, remember to play hard, but tailgate harder. I will see all of you guys in the next video, which will probably be in May. Goodbye.